Hey, what's up, man? This is my logic for why I think uh, 67, 65 to 67 is a low probability, but at the same token, see all these wicks over here? These are all supply, which at little time will be demand. So I won't be surprised if it wicks into this zone before it takes off. Also, it broke it broke this important zone. All right, so it had an impulse, had a correction, had another impulse. Now, do we get another correction, something similar here, before it makes an attempt to go up to these highs or to go to 10K, which is basically what this 233 EMA is at? That's the question that has to be determined now. But in my opinion, sellers won out. And the way BTC is looking, I think it might go something like this, try to go back up to these highs, and I think it will try to consolidate around this zone here. Now, depending how bad BTC pukes, then I think 6,500 is a good probability. But this is a low probability that I'll come down here. I think I'll stay between this range here, between 77 and 81, possibly 72. But I think it's going to be between seven. It's going to be in that zone. On the 4-hour, it had an impulse sell-off. Now it's trying to have a correction. I can see it possibly bouncing all the way up to 86 sats before it continues down. That's just me personally. Now, typically one of the rules of PA, which I know you and most people are familiar about, is when an important zone has been broken, it has to come back at some point to near it or to that zone, to retouch that zone before it continues higher. Again, I'm not saying it happens every single time, but an important zone like this, PA usually tries to retreat back to that zone where there's a lot of demand to say, yes, we're good to move higher. I don't know if that made any sense, but so I try to keep all that in mind. But the EMAs, the trend is too strong for it to return down here. It could possibly wick to the 100 EMA. By the time the 100 EMA is curling up, it's somewhere around here, which might be around the 61 fib. So I think that's low probability. It's low probability, so I think it's going to hang around this zone here. But at the same token, I'm keeping this in back of my mind. I don't know, risk management. Some people can start laddering in from here and all the way down here with their stop loss below. I'm actually buying this for midterm, so I'm gonna see how that plays out. Even though this was not my whole intention, I was waiting for EOS and some other stuff. But anyway, that's being sidetracked. So that's basically it, man. That's my logic and thinking behind it. The daily is already hit 80, so I imagine it goes something like this. Like again, which is what the 4-hour is showing me. All right, the 4-hour already hit the 0.50. So basically, guys, whenever I look for shorts, I try to see these patterns here. I'm not saying it works out every single time, but some version of that, some version of an M pattern, something like that. And then on that third lower low, what price went higher than these previous lower lows. And that's when I usually try to enter in shorts. So those are things that I look for. Sometimes I just enter prematurely, but anyway. So what you see here on the 4-hour is something basically what I'm trying to look on the daily. Now, I know the video's getting longer, but one other thing here is too that if it still stays above 58 or that 60 zone, that means it's still bullish. So it could come down here and do something like this. That's a bullish zone. So that entire zone, Brown theory and RSI means that price is still bullish. The play is still bullish. The uptrend is still strong. So there's different ways to look at it. But me personally, I think it would be, again, I really think it's going to be around the zones here. I really think this is going to be around the zone here. It could make an attempt to go here, but I'll wait, see how BTC behaves, and I'm looking at it the 4-hour. All the EMAs are starting to curl down right now. They're trying to, even though PA is trying to go up, EMAs is trying to do this.